Hello and good morning everyone. This is my first fishing vlog, so welcome. I'm down here at what's known as the Secret Lake. I'm down here for today, tonight, and then probably leave early evening tomorrow. Got down here at about 6 o'clock this morning, 6:30 this morning. I'm in a little spot which I'll show you later. I'll run you through the rigs and whatnot I'm using. Down here in a little spot, I've got little pads, set of pads in front of me and a willow tree to my left, fishing 2 rods. It's Wednesday today. I come down here it's Thursday today. I come down here Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday lunchtime during work. Did a bit of pre-baiting. Not a lot, I was just chucking out sort of maybe 20 boilies, but sort of breaking them in half. You know, fishing half baits, 2 half baits back to back on the actual rigs at the moment. Come down here this morning, there was no one here. Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday when I come down here. Come down here this morning and somebody was fishing the peg that I'd pre-baited. So had a bit of a nightmare this morning, but luckily he packed up at about 7 o'clock and went to work, so I jumped in here after him. It seemed silly not to really with the bait that I'd put in. I've seen one fish show, which is a good sign. The guy who was here last night, he lost one, and he was here with a mate who was fishing another spot down the bank that I'd pre-baited as well, and he lost one as well. So it could be looking good. It could be looking good. I'm the only one here on the lake at the moment, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I've been told by the locals here that lately a lot of the fishing been coming out during the night, so we'll have to see what happens. But I've got 2 rods out. I've been fishing for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and we'll just see how it goes really. But it's looking good. It's looking good. It's very calm out there. The sun's just sort of starting to come up, so we'll see how we get on. I've been told by the locals also that basically don't get disheartened if you don't catch anything, because it's quite an hard lake to fish. So, but you've got to be in it to win it, as they say. So here we are, and yeah, I'll be happy if I catch one fish in this session. I'll be happy. Don't care how big it is, but it's my first time ever fishing here. I've been walking around the lake quite regular in the last month or so, so just trying to sort of work out a pattern of where the fish feed at what times and whatnot. But it's difficult with work. I'm only able to get down during lunchtime really, and the last few days when I've been down during lunchtime I've seen fish show, which is about 12:30, which is when I've been putting the bait in. I haven't put any bait in yet this morning, but I'll give it an hour or so. I think it's 8:40 at the minute, so I'll give it probably till, I don't know, 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock, and then I might trickle just a little bit of bait in and see what happens from there. So yeah, it's Thursday today, like I said earlier, Thursday and Friday, and then on Saturday I've got I'm going into hospital. I've got to have an operation on my foot. Cut a long story short, I had an operation in January this year, and basically the surgery they did has failed, so I've got to have it done again. So I thought it's be a good time to take a couple of days off work, get 2 days fishing in before I'm laid up in plaster for God knows how long. So by the time you see this video, I would have had my surgery by then, because I'm not going to get time to edit it between now and when I have my surgery. So, but it can be something to do, I suppose, won't it? You know, while I'm laid up doing nothing. So yeah, that's the plans at the minute. Like I said, once I recast, I'll show you the rigs that I'm using. I've been told the fish in here are very cute, so I'm trying to be as crafty as possible, fishing really slack lines, fishing completely locked up also, because from the fish to show that in front, from what I've been told from the locals again, fish are go for snags straight away basically. So and that guy said he lost one in the pads last night, so it goes to show that they do. So it's going to be a bit of a hook and hold, I think, if I do get one. But like I say, I'll be happy with one fish. If I get one fish, I'll be absolutely over the moon. So yeah, like I said, a bit of a nightmare morning this morning, really. I set up round the other side of the lake so I could still get to the spots that I'd kind of baited. But then I saw this guy moving or packing up to go, so I thought, yeah, I'll jump in here. So I've had a nightmare. My feet got soaked this morning, so you've probably seen my socks drying out behind me. Boots are on top of the bivvy drying out, trying to get some sun. So yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare this morning, to be honest. But can only be uphill from now on, surely. So we'll see how we get on. But it's looking good, it's looking good. We'll turn the camera back on in a bit when I'm going to recast. Do a bit of baiting up. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll show you my spots that I'm fishing later on, and hopefully we'll have one out. Okay, so I'll just run you through the spots that I'm fishing at the moment. The camera ain't got zoom on it, so you'll have to bear with me. So this is the lake. You can see those pads on the right hand edge of it. I'm fishing maybe a rod length off to the right hand side of there. That is one of the spots I baited during the week. I don't know if you can see that little sort of crevice in the pads there before it sort of comes towards me a bit more. I put some bait in there also, and the left hand rod is just in front of that tree there, which I've been putting bait in also. And the willow to the right there, I've put some bait in there during the week, so that's kind of a little backup spot. So that's my spots that I'm fishing. Let's just hope it produces a carp, eh? Okay, so I'm just about to bait up, and I'll just show you the bait approach that I'm using. Basically it's that there, I don't know if you can see that. So there's 30 of each bait I'm using there. Yeah, can you see that? 30 of each bait I'm using there, and I've chopped them in half, or broken them in half, just like so. And then on each spot I'm baiting 3 spots in this swim, so on each spot I'll put 20 halves of each bait, so 40 baits, and then just 3 small handfuls of the old faithful, the old sweet corn. And it will be just like literally fill this part of my hand with corn, 3 of them over each spot, just chucking them in. So I'm going to do that now, bring the rods in, rebait, and I'll talk you through the rigs when I rebait and then recast. Okay, so I've just baited them 3 spots up that I told you about, that I showed you earlier. I've also baited 1 spot down there with sweet corn, just corn, no boilies, and also one to the right, that willow tree that I showed you earlier. So I've got 2 swims there that I can go up to later, maybe have a little stalk and see how we get on. Basically, right, so I'll show you through the rig that I'm using. I'll start at this end first. I've got 2 halves of boilie there, 1 boilie basically split in half, and just to break up the roundness of it, I've got a size 8 hook there, just a Dacron black hook link. What I've done with the hook bait is I've got half a pop up and half a bottom bait on there. So the bottom one is a bottom bait and the top half's a pop up, so when that's sat on the bottom, just trying to get that, it's basically sitting just like that on the bottom, and then running down towards the lead, 1/4 ounce lead. I know that may sound stupidly light to some of you, but this lake's only about 3-4 foot, at the deepest part's 5 foot deep, and it's got about 3 foot of silt on the bottom as well. So 1/4 ounce lead, so it's not digging into the silt. Hook length's about 11 or 12 inches, and then I've got about 1 metre of anchor rig tubing with just a blob of putty at the top there. What I've also got, and that's been flecked with a black marker pen just to try and blend it in with the silt. And what I've got along the hook link, you can see there, is 2 blobs of putty. What I've done underneath there is got the lead, it's not lead but you know what I mean, out the inside of the lead core, whips it round the hook link and then just put 2 blobs of putty around each side. I don't like using them sinkers, I think they move around too much. But so that's that rod. I'm going to cast it out now, and then I'll run you through the setup I've got on the other rod. So let's get that rod out. Okay, so this is the second rod, exactly the same as before. About 1 metre of anchor rig tube, flecked with a marker pen to blend it in with the silt. Blob of putty at the top, 1/4 ounce lead, exactly the same system. 12-inch hook length roughly. The only difference on this rig is that's the bottom bait that I'm fishing. It's a boilie with the top of it cut off and just a bit of yellow plastic on top, because I'm free baiting sweet corn as well, putting loose feed sweet corn as well as boilies out there, so hopefully that's going to give that little bit of added attraction. Also, that bottom bait has been soaking in a fish meal glug for about 4 months, so that absolutely stinks, not very nice either. And that is basically, it's going to sit just on the bottom, just like that. So let's get this rod out there, hopefully bag ourselves a whacker. Right, well, just put that second rod out, and as I was casting it out to the spot just off the right hand side of them lily pads, I saw 2 fish show. One just to the left of where I put the bait, and one just to the right of where I put the bait. So it's looking good, it's looking good. So just cast it out, slacken the line right off. Just going to let that sink right down before I put the bobbin on, because that's sort of 10 minutes. And then put the bobbin on and sit and wait. So I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, and then put the bobbins on and see how we get on. Right, it's 3:30. I've not had anything yet. I've tried all sorts out in front of me here: zigs, half baits, bottom baits, half pop up, half bottom bait. Nothing's worked. But I've just gone down into that little snag where I put that sweet corn this morning. I put a bit more sweet corn down there about an hour ago, something like that. And I've just gone down there and I've seen 2 fish. I went down there with the Polaroids on, had a look, just sat there for 5 minutes really quietly, and saw 2 fish, a ghosty probably about 15 pound, and I saw a mirror carp definitely over 20. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to rig up a rod, 2 bits of fake corn that I've had in the glug for a little while. I say a little while, probably about 3-4 months, but I'm going to do that, just pop 2 bits up, put a swan shot underneath, just a BB shot underneath 2 bits of corn, so the hook lays flat and the 2 bits lay just above that, and see how we get on. But it's exciting stuff, so let's go and try and get on. Right, we're in the spot that I told you about a minute ago. I just lowered the rig down, after I put the rig in, ghosty come right in over the top of it, so I haven't spooked him away. So he's in there, the trap's set, so let's just hope he takes it. If I do hook this fish, it's going to be a really sort of whack into it, just hold on, because it's such a tight gap. But we'll see what happens. I'll let you know if I get one. Right, well, unfortunately, back at the bivvy now. I was down in that spot for about 40 minutes. Didn't have one. but I saw, must have been 15 fish under that tree. Good few ghosties, saw a nice common, must be nearly 30. It's really good fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up my stuff and I'm going to push down into that little bay on the left, and I'm going to do the night there. Could be a bit of a gamble, because if somebody turns up in the morning and fishes to the left of me, I'm kind of stuck in that little bay. But there's so many fish in them snags, it would just be stupid to sort of, you know, dismiss it, if you like. And I'm going to fish tight up to the snags from the opposite bank and hope during the night the fish move out, and then stand a chance of hopefully getting one. I'm going to fish from the opposite bank to the snags where they are. Say the snags, it's like an overhanging tree really, it's not a snag. And hopefully if they push out in the night, they're going to hit the bait before they start hitting the lines that are leading up to the rods. I'll fish a slack line obviously anyway, but decided that I'm going to move, give it a go over there. So only got just over an hour probably of daylight left, so I'm going to pack up my stuff and move. Luckily it's only sort of, I don't know, 40 yards down the bank, so yeah, I'm going to get my stuff packed away, and then I'll do another vlog when I'm in the swim and fishing again. Well, there we go, the move has paid off. Dropped in just that corner there, solid PVA bag, single 8mm trout pellet. Although I've been messing around with bits of plastic and whatnot, it looked like just a bit of ordinary 8mm trout pellet that he wanted. I haven't weighed him yet, but I guess it's got to be near the 20 pound mark. Absolutely made up with that, so worth the move. Just getting dark, not sure how well you're going to pick this up, but my first fish from a secret lake, and I'm absolutely over the moon with that. Well chuffed. Let's get him in the waist sling. Right, just slipped that fish back. Don't know how well you're picking this up, but just slipped him back. 24 pound on the button, on the nose, 24 pound. I'm absolutely chuffed with that. I said I wanted one fish and I got it. So I'll go home a happy bunny tomorrow. Very happy indeed. I've put that rod back on the spot again with the 8mm trout pellet. So, and there's quite a few fish moving down there, so it's definitely worth the move. I'm so glad I moved, and I'm glad it's paid off. So I'm really in two minds whether I do it or not. So I'm glad I've done that. So happy I've had that fish. I really am. So yeah, it's been a success as far as I'm concerned. It's been a complete success. So I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, have something to eat, and then wait out for another bite. It's just getting dark. It's 7:15. By about 7:15, another half an hour, I reckon it'll be pitch black. So just getting dark. So we'll see how we get on in the night. If we're getting in the night, might be a bit difficult to do some filming. I try my best, but I can't promise anything. But if there's no action in the night, I will give you an update in the morning. Good morning. Well, pretty uneventful night last night. Didn't have anything at all. I had a couple of bleeps on one rod, but whether that was a few liners or a rat running through the line, which I think is what it was, but nothing last night. Fish crashing out in front of me, but nothing to show for it. Sat up till about 2 o'clock this morning, 3 o'clock this morning, and watching the water, but fish were there, but just couldn't get one. So I haven't brought the rods in yet. It's 7:20. Just made myself a cup of tea and some porridge, which looks like something that's been swept out of a pigeon's loft. It's probably going to taste that way, but yeah, I'm going to have my porridge, have my cup of tea, and then bring the rods in, rebait, recast, and I think I might try and whack one over the far margin. Some rushes over there that I can reach from here, so I might get one over there and keep one down in front of that tree, because I didn't put a lot of bait in last night when I moved. Oh yeah, that's another thing, I moved last night, I'm in a different swim now. 12 o'clock last night, I up sticks and moved from where I had that fish yesterday. Just weren't feeling it in that bay. And if somebody would have come in this morning and gone where I am now, I'd have been really cut off, because it's only one little bay that you could fish. So I would have been stuck to that area unless I moved around the other side of the lake or further down the bank towards where I started off yesterday. So decided to up sticks and move last night at 12 o'clock. That's the great thing about coming with as little gear as possible, really. I don't bring a lot of fishing tackle with me, and I'd up and move and set up, have my rods back out, put a bit of bait out in about half an hour last night. So it's not a drama moving for me, really. Yeah, and that 23 pounder mirror that I had yesterday is a new. There's still fish showing in front of me. It's a new UK PB for me, 24 pounder. So before that it was 23.1, so I've beat it by just under a pound. But I haven't caught a 20-pound carp for, I couldn't tell you, 12 years, maybe even longer. Give up fishing for quite a while, so I'll not give it up, just didn't have time for it. And yeah, so first 20 pounder in over 10 years, and a new PB, 23 pound. So, and a new fish, first fish from a new venue. So I'm absolutely made up, really. So I'm going to go into my operation tomorrow, a happy bunny. So right, I'm going to have my porridge, have my tea, and then rebait, recast, and see how we get on for today. Well, just another one out. Exactly 15 pound. Here he is, nice common. Second fish from this venue. Absolutely made up with that. Caught him on a small chod rig that I tied. Weren't too sure about the bottom that I was fishing on, because of the although I had that one last night on the pellet, every time I was reeling back in I was getting all sorts of you know, leaves and stuff this time of year, obviously. I tied a small chod rig, 10mm white pop up, and this is the result. Well chuffed with that, absolutely over the moon. Just packing all my stuff up, ready to go home. I've only got about another hour left, so it's a great end. Well chuffed. Well, that's the end of my session. It's been a slow old day, to be honest, but glad I nicked that one at the end. It's time for me to pack up, go home. Just got my rods out at the moment, just got to pack my bed chair away, bring my rods in, and then that's me, I'm done. Hope you enjoyed my first vlog, or blog should I say. Let us know what you think of it. If there's any ways I can improve it, then let me know, because this is my first one, so I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. I just thought I'd bring my camera down with me and film myself fishing, which is pretty much what everyone does from what I can see. But yeah, so surgery tomorrow, and I've got a mate coming down next weekend, so I said to him, if you can carry me fishing gear, we'll go fishing. So yeah, hopefully be on the bank next weekend, but depending how I feel, to be honest, I'll probably be dosed up to my eyeballs on painkillers, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, more videos to come soon, hopefully, not too distant future, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers for watching.